Welcome to the Rebel Movement Podcast with me, Tierra Womack, your host for today's episode. This is your new favorite No BS podcast, co hosted by myself and three other business mentors from around the world, where we cover everything from human design to sales magnetism, passive income streams, feminine embodiment, nervous system regulation, and visibility strategies so you can build your business the Rebel way. Today, I have the lovely Maja joining me. The Rebel movement is only as amazing as it is today due to the women who are part of it. And Maja is what I would call an OG Rebel because she's been a part of the Rebel movement since it launched a few months ago. So to say it is a pleasure to highlight this powerhouse is an understatement. Now, Maja is a movement educator. In her journey from Balkan war refugee to practitioner of mind and body healing led her to found the Pain-free Pilates Method, and she is also the founder of the Elevate Collective. Now, combining her life experience with her knowledge of yoga and Pilates, Maja helps women over 40 10x their impact through intentional movement and mindset hacks. Welcome to the show, Maja.
Hello, hello. Oh, Tira, thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure being on this podcast and sharing my story and knowledge to other women entrepreneurs. And you did such a great intro. And I'm like, who's this woman?
It's you.
So thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, no, I mean, I am smiling so hard right now because like I said, we love you in the community. You bring such amazing energy and the thing about it is you are in such a unique niche within your market in the space and what you do. And I know we'll dive into that a little bit more later on, but I want to start with Pilates. I know how beneficial Pilates was to me postpartum, getting fit and like feeling the strongest I ever have, even compared to weight training, which I was hardcore about for years. But for those who are unfamiliar, talk to us about what Pilates is and what Pilates is not, and the benefits of a consistent practice for women, especially over 40.
Right, thank you. Yes, thank you so much. These are such a great questions. So Pilates is actually a form of strength training, and think about Pilates, let's say, as like flossing teeth. Right, we go to the gym, let's say, and we do these big movements, which is kind of like brushing the teeth. But then we do Pilates, which is more kind of like flossing the teeth. So we're working more stabilizing tiny muscles in between these big muscles, which overall gives us this freedom in the movement, gives us agility and power in everyday movement, more confidence in the movement. And by working small muscles, we also bring this harmony in the movement. We get less tired, we have less joint pain overall, and we're way more successful in everything that we do outside of Pilates work. Right. So Pilates is not yoga. I'm gonna just say it right away. So
Okay. I love it.
because usually, like people are like, oh, how's your yoga going? Well, yes, but it's more Pilates, yes. Right. And it is not necessarily stretching. However, it might feel like stretching in the beginning. After the muscles are kind of like, okay, what's happening here? What, we haven't done this movement. It does feel like a stretching, but as we move more towards consistent practice, it feels more actually as a strengthening method. And talking about Pilates for women, let's say over 40, I know with myself, I hit 40, I'm like, okay, you can't run that hamburger anymore like you used to in 20 when you were 28. Like kind of like, okay, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna have all this food, and then it's okay, tomorrow I'm just gonna run it off, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, not anymore, right? So as our body changes, so does the approach of how we move, and so does the approach of how we support our bodies. And especially, let's say I see a lot of women who are, I'm on a treadmill, I'm running, I'm doing HIIT exercise, so that's a high intensity interval trainings, and I'm not getting rid of this, let's say, belly pout, right? Belly, or I cannot lose weight, or I get, I go to the gym and now I injured my shoulder and I'm off for like, let's say next 6 weeks, right? So it's all great. Every movement is great, but again, how we move in a certain age is comes down to really supporting the body and what we need, right?
Mhm.
Especially for women over 40, we need more strengthening and stabilizing of the joints, bones, so we feel more supported through everyday movement. So we don't need to be scared of, okay, I'm gonna go down, pick up this, pick up dog, let's say, and I'm like, and I'm gonna throw my back off,
Yep.
right? So I see it so many times, and then you spend hours at chiropractic clinic, and it's great. They fix you for 3 days, and then the pain comes back, right? So I've sensed it on myself, and I have had low back pain. I even wore that belt, it was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's not sexy. No, it's like it's a belt and you're like barely going up the stairs. My shin hurts, my hip hurts, my
Yeah.
low back hurts. It's like, was just like you're just frustrated and miserable. And
Mhm.
then I found about Pilates and like, ah.
Yeah, no,
So yeah.
I am so with you there. And I find like a common misconception of Pilates is that it's easy. When
Yeah.
people see it on social media or, maybe even having just seen like a flyer or something, they think that it's easy. And I can tell you, so my son's father is a former professional athlete. And I took him to one of my classes. I was doing bar and Pilates at the time. And this man, it was like a bring your husband to class with you day type of thing. And the men they could not keep up. And again,
Yeah.
these are pro athletes. These are, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
and we were so proud, all the women in the class, because it's like we were knocking the movements out, but the men could not keep up. But they actually became like started going to some of the classes because it was such a different type of workout, but it is a workout. I think that's the most common thing
Right.
that I've seen over the years. And I absolutely, I've never felt more in shape, toned, but also like still very feminine in regards to the types of movements I was doing and how it left me feeling overall. Like I'm such an advocate and I love, what you've created, and especially like with you creating and building a rebel business your way, right? Like not only
Right.
creating your own method that's not just Pilates, but also focusing on a pain-free method that really makes you stand out from this whole, wellness and Pilates niche. And so in the sea of blueprints and same formulas, that are out there to hit 10K in 10 days or 30K in 30 days, like talk us through
Right.
how you did this, how you created this rebel business.
Right. So I'm going to touch a little bit on human design as well. And so I've started with the drop-in classes, right, online. And after some time, I was like, okay, this is all great. I have my community, but this does not give me any. I don't have any sustainable income like this, and I cannot scale. I cannot really easily scale my business. And as a projector, we need to really be we need to find a way to leverage the energy. So we're really great and very focused in short terms of, short period of times. And we are very, okay, I can do all these things in 2 hours, but then that's it, right?
Yeah.
So I had to find a way to really leverage my energy. So that's how I went from drop-in classes to creating a mid-ticket membership and method, pain-free Pilates method, to help women really, really enjoy pain-free movement. And it's been such a such a journey. And when we usually say memberships, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, $29 membership. No, I went my way when everybody was telling me and kind of like looking at me, isn't that a little bit expensive? I don't know who has money now. Da, da, da,
Yeah.
da. And then I sold it out in a month, right? So
Wow, love it.
uh, and specifically, it's a mid-ticket membership, so I don't get burnt out, and I don't get, and I don't end up hating it at the end, right? Because so that's something that I've done on my own way, building mid-ticket membership right away, not wasting my time with like low ticket membership at the time. And a lot of people will say, okay, so you need, thousands and thousands of followers on social media. You need to relentlessly post and reels and this and that. If you
Dance.
go, right, if you go on my Instagram, you'll see, okay, I post here and there, right? Yes. But I'm not constantly on social media. And like my, let's say, Facebook group, with the free resources just hit 300 members,
Mhm,
and with the 300 members I hit 10K, right? So you
mhm.
don't need a huge following, you don't need websites, right? People are like, okay, so if you don't have website, it's not a real business. And I'm
Right.
like, what? Right?
Right. Your bank
So
account says different.
yeah, like no. Were you an online space? Yeah, and I have a website. That's great, right? It works for somebody. For me, I did it my way.
Yep.
My way or highway. I'm just joking. But
Yeah.
my way, and I stand behind that. And it's been an incredible journey for me.
No, I love it. I mean, you touched on something that's near and dear to my heart, and that's human design. And, like you said, it's so important for projectors. I mean, everyone, honoring your energy, depending on your energy type and building your business, but especially for my projectors out there, leveraging your energy, as you mentioned, leveraging because as a reminder, projectors are most energetically in flow, working only 2 to 4 hours a day, right? And for those sprints, when you have those sprints, it's like working in 2 to 4 hour blocks where you can still honor your energy and take breaks. Okay. And so
Right.
it's like you were able to show the world, not only do you not need a huge following, 80,000, 8,000, even 800, even followers to grow to 10K months, but you also don't have to work 8 to 12 hours a day to be successful as an entrepreneur. And I think that's so important how you created this rebel business, yes, but a business that honored your projector energy and allowed you to be in this business model that really, allows you to have that downtime where a lot of
Right.
people, I feel like they don't know how to build in downtime for themselves. So I love that. Congratulations, by the way, on hitting
Thank you.
those 10K months and, really figuring out that formula. Now, you also hit on something like that money mindset is also something that I love to talk about. And, when people were telling you to maybe start lower, basically projecting onto you, right, their own money fears and money trauma. So, what would you say was something that helped you work through those money blocks that, other people were trying to tell you to kind of stand in when you were pricing out your membership model?
Right. So was really, really staying true to myself, to my worthiness, to who I am, and to trust in myself, but each day really reinforcing that, right? So it's not just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna kill these monsters one day and then they come back, right? So you kind of like have to slash them every day, so basically, right?
Yeah.
So I built a practice, right? In the morning, let's say before everything starts, I build a practice to support to support me and to really rewire how I think, and not to let other people's opinions influence what I think. I call her Susie, right? So I have a Susie that sits on my left shoulder, and then she comes here and there, and she's like, "Oh, but no, you shouldn't do that because." And I say, "Susie, thank you. I get it. Not now." And I punch her off the shoulder, right? But and okay, right. So just being aware of these thoughts and how other people's opinion influence our own decisions is a quite huge thing, and it takes practice, right? It takes practice, but catching that thought and kicking Susie in the in the face, that's where this transformation actually happens, right?
I love that. And for those of you that didn't catch what Maja just said, it's not something that you work on once and it goes away. It's something that she has to deal with every day. And for those of you who have followed me either on my blog or on social media, you know that I say that's something I had to learn because all the years that I was in metaphysics, I thought once you do the work, that's it, and then you move on to a different area, not understanding that for me personally, I am at the point where I know without a doubt that I have to work on my mindset every day, every morning. This is something that I have to come back to when it comes to money and other limiting beliefs and whatnot. So for those of you out there that are feeling like, oh, I keep putting in the work and I keep having to deal with the same things, one of those may be for you to come to the point of realization that it's an ongoing practice. It's ongoing play. I don't like to really say work, but it's ongoing on a daily, and that's something that you can kind of celebrate. It's like I get to continue to do this work and continue to grow and evolve. So, well, Maja, it has been a pleasure speaking with you today. Is there anything else you'd like to share? Anything else that you have coming up?
Yes, so I would love to share my free community on Facebook that it's growing, and it is Strong Women Over 40, where we do have free challenges, we do have live sessions, there is educational content, and as well, you can ask questions and get support. So something that I'm really, really passionate about is the community, and really the aspect, how important that is when you're building your business, the aspect of community, because if you want to build a movement, you have to build the supportive community as well along with that, right? So that's something that I really wanted to kind of like share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, amen to
And
that.
right. Yes, it's a very, very important to have a community and to really nurture your community, not just being kind of like, yeah, okay, you're just another kind of like number in
Mhm.
my on my Facebook group, right? But really, really take time to get to know them, to communicate with them, and to nurture them. I do that with live videos and challenges and questions, and right, I do that very, very often and on a consistent basis. So that's why at the end, my business was so successful, because I have a really great community. Right.
Yeah. No, I can attest to, Maya's energy and the rebel movement and the membership. I mean, you cultivate and you exude community, and that energy. And, I just have to thank you for being a part of the movement. Thank you for being on the show and sharing your expertise. And if you want to connect with Maja, in that free Facebook community that she just spoke of, the link will be below. Now, Maja, how can the Rebel family connect with you on social media? Like, what's your handle?
Yeah, so on Instagram, it's Elevate with Maja.
Okay.
That will be the Instagram handle, and of course my Facebook personal profile as well, Maja OGNJANOVICH. Don't worry about the last name; it's complicated. I know it's probably going to be in the links down there in the comments, but yes. So Elevate with Maja IG handle.
Okay. And again, all of the links are below. So you can connect with her on Facebook. You can connect with her on Instagram. And if you would like to connect with Maja and other trailblazers inside the Rebel Movement membership, the link for that is in the notes as well, where you can join for just $1 for your first month as a gift to our podcast family. And if you are looking to challenge the status quo of the online space, conflicting guru noise, and one size fits all roadmaps, and are ready to build your business your way, make sure you continue to tune in. Episodes are dropped weekly. Please make sure to review Let us know what landed for you and share the Rebel Movement podcast with a few business besties that you know are ready to be in their rebel energy. Maja, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you, Tiara. It was a pleasure. It was fun. Yay, rebels!
Yay! All right, everyone. Until next
All right,
time, talk soon.
bye, bye.